Listen, it can be difficult out here. These streets can be rough to live a life that's fulfilling, to live a life that's purposeful, to live a life that's not compared to anyone else's. It can be rough out here. But you, ma'am, you, sir, you are now moving from functioning to flourishing, and I am so excited for you. Hello, great people. It's me, Shakita Valentine, and my life purpose is to enlighten, encourage, and empower. I am again so glad that you are here with me once again. Listen, has this series been blessing you? I hope it has, because it's been blessing me. It's been changing my life. It has changed my life. I am so excited to share and impart what I have extracted from the Bible to continue to naturally live this spiritual life. So as we continue in this series, there's 3 more things, and we're going to use the Bible, of course, but this one came out of practice. This one came out of a place of true implementation for me. So you're going to get some of my private life. And if you've been watching for the past couple of weeks, you know how important it is to be private. As we have been discussing Nehemiah, I want to jump right in and aim for one of the scriptures that Nehemiah is known for. One of the most popular scriptures Nehemiah is known for. As he's building this wall, he was presented by some distractions. Now, as you're moving from functioning to flourishing, they will come. They are looking to take you off your path. They are looking to bring you down from the place that you're in. And in this case, in Nehemiah, he had 2 individuals that desired him to stop the work. Don't you feel like that sometimes? Like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? It seems like something's always hindering you. So I want to present to you how to handle the distractions when you're moving from functioning to flourishing, or just how to handle distractions, period. Hello? And there's 3 things. Okay. It's more like 6, but 3 you'll naturally live out in your life. 3 you won't naturally live out in your life. So listen, I want you to get your pen and paper out. You know what happens when I have my gold pen? Do some teaching today. What I want you to do, and we're just going to use Nehemiah 6 and 3 as the basis for this. When they asked him to come down, Nehemiah said, I'm doing a great work. I'm paraphrasing. I'm doing a great work. I cannot come down. He said that they asked several times. They asked as a matter of 4 times, because Nehemiah responded 4 times the same way. No, I'm good. Can't do it. Nah, not so much. I'm out. However, you need to say, I can't be distracted now. You need to find your staple statement. Find your staple statement for when you don't want to get distracted. That's a bonus piece, because I just came up with that. But that's a bonus piece, your staple statement of when you feel like something's trying to take you off your path. You need to find a staple statement that gets you back. There's 3 things. The first 3 things is you have to make a promise to yourself. I know promises. People break promises. Man break promises all the time. You promise yourself a whole lot of things. You call them goals, and you probably didn't accomplish them, and you probably didn't accomplish them. But you have to make some promises to yourself, and you have to make them solid promises. Now, I have 2 separate ways of making promises to myself. I have my permanent promises, and I have my personal promises. I have my permanent promises and my personal promises. My permanent promises are all about my character, who I am as a person, that I don't waver on at all. Those are permanent promises. Those speak to who I am at the core of me, of my heart. And then when anybody asks who you are, it's based on my promises to myself. I'll share just one. The number 1 promise I make to myself is to remain authentic to who I am. There's something in me after a long time trying to figure out who I was as a person and who I am as a person today. It took me a long time to figure out who I am, and I'm not going to let nobody alter that. So that's a promise to myself. I am going to remain authentic. Now that I've discovered who I am authentically, I'm going to remain authentic. The other permanent promise that I have is that I positively inspire. Whenever you want to be in my space, and I said this a couple of videos back, if you come in my sphere, I want to inspire you to become who you are called to be. I want you to live out your life. That's at the core of me. You come around me, I'm going to inspire you to be great. I'm going to inspire you to do something. I'm inspire you to move forward. I'm going to just inspire you. So come up with your 3 permanent promises to yourself. That's unwavering, and it speaks to your character. Okay? The next 3 promises. These 3 promises combat your weaknesses. You're like, oh man, you can easily make a promise that you can keep. But what about the promises that you have to keep to yourself? Here's the problem. The problem is your problem is procrastination, but your promise is persistence. You have to make the promise combat the problem. Okay, do you get it? I hope you get it. I told you I'm teaching today. You have to make the promise combat the problem. The 3 personal promises combat the problem that hinders you from getting and reaching your goals, that hinder you from moving from functioning to flourishing. That is what we want to focus on. So if you are inconsistent, what is your promise to yourself? I promise to be committed. I hope you're understanding the dynamic here. So the point I'm trying to make is whatever you think is your problem, whatever is causing this thing, hey, and I go back a couple of weeks ago and I talked about the place of, I'll link the video in here, the place of privacy. That's all I'm gonna say. The place of privacy, what that thing is, you need to make 3 promises to yourself to address that thing, because that's the thing that's hindering you from moving into flourishing, that's keeping you at a just constant functioning state. Now, I keep saying this. I've said this the past couple of videos. It's nothing wrong with functioning. It's absolutely nothing wrong with functioning. If it's working for you, it's working for you. I just want you to move into a place of flourishing. And as Nehemiah has said in this text, he was not coming down. He had a focus. He was moving forward. He was accomplishing the things that he needed. It was flourishing. It was reaching his highest heights. It was almost completed. And you want me to come down? I will not come down. And you have to find your promises that commit you to your character and it commits you to your goals. I hope this all made sense. And I hope that you're moving from functioning to flourishing. And guess what? That problem that you're trying to combat with a personal promise, once that problem rises up, we're going to call forth your promise to yourself. And that's what's going to come to your remembrance. And that's what's going to come to the forefront. And that's what's going to keep you flourishing. You may have to revamp some of your personal promises, but your permanent promises, there's a title for that for a reason. They're permanent. They shouldn't change. Do the inner work. Do the inner work. It's worth it. It is so worth it. I can't convey to you the magnitude by which your life will be changed if you practice these principles, if you implement these principles, if you begin to live these principles. And guess what? Naturally living a spiritual life, that's what we're doing here. Hopefully you got something out of this week. And if you have, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Like I say, week after week, if you know someone that needs this, please share it with them. Don't keep this information to yourself. Share it with somebody. Or if you don't share it with them on a video, share it with them in context, in conversation. Okay? Hey, listen, this is a free platform, free information. Go at it. I just want you to live a naturally spiritual life. I want you to become the best version of yourself. I really, really do. Become the best version of yourself. So until next week, as we continue to live a naturally spiritual life, see ya.